Equations of a circle, CG10. Here we're gonna talk about equations of a circle. So these equations of a circle, they use variables that we've known already, like r. R is the radius of that circle, and h and k. Those h and k has been used before in algebra 1. You might remember, you might have blocked out that memory, but h and k in this example is the center of the circle. H is the x coordinate of the circle. K is the y coordinate of the circle. Let's go ahead and fill out this conjecture. What we have is that, let's see, the equation of a circle with radius r and center hk is x minus, here it goes, h squared, that quantity squared, plus y minus k, that quantity squared, is equal to the radius squared. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, that looks a little bit familiar. Have I seen that before? Yes, you have. That looks a lot like the distance formula, right? That does look like the distance formula, the one that we worked with on CG9. And it also, well, when we talked about the distance formula, we said that was very, very familiar. It was seemed very familiar. It was very much alike the Pythagorean theorem. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how do we use this equation of a circle. Okay, so here we have, it says circle A has a center of 1, -2, and the letters, the variables that we're using are h and k. So we're going to let h equal 1 and k equal -2. And then the radius is 8. Okay, that one's a given. All right, so let's go ahead and plot this point. So we have the center is going to be at 1 to the right, 2 down. So there is the center of our circle. Radius is 8. So all we do is we count 8 units to up, down, left, or right. And it looks to be right about there. And in order to create this circle, what we do need is we do need that compass. So go ahead and grab your pause the video, grab your compass if it's not available to you. If you need to go ahead and grab it, go ahead and do so. And then all you do is put the compass point at the center, 1, -2. Open up your compass so that the pen tip is marks radius of 8 units in length. And there you go. There is a circle with the center at 1, -2 and a radius of 8. Now, what does that equation look like? Let's go ahead and write the equation of that circle. For that, all we have to do is substitute, right? So we have x minus h, which is 1, that quantity squared, plus y minus k. So it's minus a -2, so it becomes a y plus 2. That quantity squared is equal to the radius squared, which is 8 and squared. So there we go. That's the equation of that circle. Okay. Let's move on to circle B and see how we do with that one. It should be a little bit more familiar, but let's see. We have a center at 0, 2, so we just go up 2 units. Here is the center of our circle, and the radius of 6. Let's continue counting up to 6, and that means it's going to be a little bit higher than that. And we'll just move this one up a little bit there. All right, so now we bring our compass over, put our compass point at center 0, 2, and we'll put our pencil point at the end of that radius, like so, and then we just draw a circle. So there's our circle with whose center is at 0, 2, and it has a radius of 6 units. Our equation, x minus the x coordinate h, which is 0, quantity squared, plus y minus 2, that quantity squared, is equal to 6 squared. Now you may be inclined to leave it like this, but we can clean that up a little bit. We can go ahead and get rid of that 0. So this ends up being x squared plus the quantity y minus 2 squared is equal to 6 squared. So that's the equation of this line. One of the things to keep in mind is that the radius is the square root of the numbers after that equal sign. So here, the radius is not 64, the radius is 8. On the example B, the radius is not 36, the radius is 6. So keep that in mind as you move on to the problem set.